Let's start with the confidence that will come with the rollout of the vaccination and how it will impact your industry.
Yeah, it's great to be with you guys. Look, I think obviously the vaccine's then the very next step in rebuilding confidence for consumers right across Australia, but hopefully beyond that, internationally, it is a great step forward. We've all been waiting during 2021 for those positive signs of the rebound of our industry, and certainly it's it will no doubt give people just that little bit of added confidence, I suppose.
Absolutely. And Matt, what are companies doing to bring back consumer confidence?
Look, I think the thing that we've found most, Joni, is that more than ever, we have to be very responsive. We have to understand what it is consumers want, what are the things that are worrying about the current environment, and then respond. So a really good example of that is about flexibility. You know, being able to give consumers the ultimate in sort of risk-free assurances, if you like, so that when they book travel, they know that they're able to, have that there. It's in the bank. They know that they can rely on it. If they have to change, if they have to seek a refund, all of those things are available to them. And in fact, if flexibility is one of the things, it can be quite complex as well. So we've tried to simplify that for people. Actually, we've created a bit of a page for your watches, aatkings.com/sky, just to take people through what those sort of flexibility guarantees are, give them those assurances.
Look, when it comes to travel, Australians have always been aspirational. Where are you seeing the highest demand?
Yeah, Tim, look, it's really interesting. Obviously now people are looking at, really meaningful travel, the opportunities to make travel matter, so to speak. And some have even referred to it as revenge travel. So, those real bucket list opportunities, the beautiful Wineglass Bay that you can see in the background behind me there in Tasmania. We've recommenced touring in Tasmania at Christmas time, and that's been incredibly popular. Beautiful part of the world. Certainly the Northern Territory for us, I mean, part of the heartland of what AAT Kings has been involved in and delivered for now over 100 years. The Northern Territory has been really very popular. Uluru, I mean, if you haven't been there, now's the time to go. There's just great opportunities to get up there. The Field of Light, we offer a dawn experience. You go out there at sunrise. Bruce Munro designed the Field of Light to be, experienced in that early part of the day. And if to stand there and take that in and see the sunrise over Uluru, that is just truly spectacular. We're also seeing great demand for places like the Kimberley, those really hard to get to, far out, remote destinations, if you like, where people want to be able to rely on somebody like us to take them into those areas, get them into those faraway places, and experience something that's a little bit out of the ordinary, not the traditional sort of drop and flop destinations, which we've seen obviously get great demand because of that, a little bit of additional certainty they provided during last year. But now's the time to start thinking about breaking out and exploring a little bit further afield.
Yeah, the vision we're seeing, Matt, is just extraordinary. What do you think will be the greatest difference, do you think, for our tourism industry as a result of COVID-19?
Yeah, Joni, look, I think there's a number of things. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is now how the great prominence that Australia will get as a destination that will carry us forward, given how safely we've managed the COVID period. So right around the world, people are aspiring to get to Australia and are seeing us as a really safe destination, which will be another element that sits over the top of the fact that we've had these amazing, beautiful landscapes, phenomenal characters and people to celebrate here in Australia. I think domestically people are getting in touch with Australia again, reconnecting, if you like, and that too is a very important step, because I think maybe as Australians we've become a little bit complacent. We've always lusted to go overseas and to go to many of those other wonderful destinations you can travel to, and I'm sure we will again. But in the meantime, it's that opportunity to reconnect with Australia and see those truly magnificent sites that people just haven't had the opportunity to do thus far.
It's been a challenging time for everyone, Matt, particularly those with young families. Some of those destinations that you mentioned, like Uluru, the Kimberley, are they family-friendly trips?
Yeah, look, absolutely, Tim. I mean, there's something there for everybody. There's some really memorable ways to do, whether it's Uluru or into the Kakadu, for all ages. And we certainly see a huge range of diversity on our trips. but certainly in and around Yulara, in the Esrock Resort, definitely at the moment, lots of families going up there for short breaks, 3-4 nights in the Yulara, in the resort, and then going out on tours and checking out, not just Uluru, but Katajuda, up to places like Mount Connor. We've got fantastic products on one of our products known as See It Outback Adventures, that takes people down into cultural heartland, in the APY lands, exclusive access with elders, getting in touch with that sort of cultural heartland of Australia, if you like.
And just quickly, we are seeing some changes moving forward across Job Seeker and Job Keeper. What do you need in the tourism industry from the government?
Yeah, look, that's the big topic at hand at the moment, isn't it? Tim's just asked about Uluru, and certainly through last year we were closed down for nearly 5 months before we recommenced operations. So anybody that's been through that has experienced enormous hardship in this last 12 months. We work with many, many small operators right across the country that unfortunately now some of those we're seeing go by the wayside, go under. Jabberkai in Cairns is a great high-profile recent example of an amazing cultural experience that is no longer in the array for Australia as a destination. So we would certainly support any calls to the government to, create a bespoke package that is fit for purpose for the tourism industry. And we certainly know, working with the Tourism Transport Forum, what they've put forward in terms of their proposal in the last week. We see a lot of merit in. We think there is that ongoing need to support our industry. It is a tens of billions of dollar industry. And in fact, just in January, I think the numbers they're quoting is something like a $7 billion loss to industry. So it's a short-term investment to shore up a really long-term gain for Australia. And a lot of our regions, a lot of our remote communities really rely on that tourism support to prosper.
Matt Fuller, CEO of AAT Kings Group. You've convinced me. I'm going to take my gang to the Northern Territory after all of that. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Janie. You guys too.